بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وبعد. In every stage of our life, we look back at our past and we have certain regrets. A person as young as 14, 15 will look back and say, oh, what silly things I used to do when I was 10. A person graduates from high school, starts to go to college and thinks, oh, now I'm 18, I'm an adult. I look back on my teenage years, what silly, foolish things I've done. I feel like I'm so embarrassed. Then when we get to our graduating years, a person gets married and thinks, man, when I was in college, I was out of control. Every single time we reach a point in our lives, we look back and we think that we've made mistakes. But we never think for a moment that the state that I am in right now, I could equally be responsible for mistakes as well. Everybody thinks in their given moment they have figured it out. But truth be told, life is a constant journey of improvement, and no matter how sure we are of ourselves today, 5 years down the line, we're going to look back on December of 2023 and think, subhanallah, how foolish I was, what weaknesses I had, what shortcomings I had. And that's why we should always remember that as insan, as human beings, the knowledge and experience that we have is always limited, and the knowledge and experience and hikmah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has is unlimited. It's very easy for a person to look at the current circumstance and think, you know what, I don't understand Allah's plan. It doesn't make sense to me. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? How can we say this when we ourselves, just a few years ago, we look back on our own decisions and we think what shortcomings we have in our own decisions? By admission, we know that we're so short-sighted that just last year I'll think to myself, this was a bad move, that was a bad decision, oh, this was a bad investment, that was a bad choice, I wish I didn't do this. 1 year down, I think to myself, I figured it all out. How can Allah do this? Why is Allah allowing this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Basir, Sami', Alim and Hakim. Allah knows everything beyond what we know. Jalaluddin al-Rumi, he gives a famous example of an ant that crawls on a very beautifully decorated rug. You have a rug that's very beautifully decorated. And as this ant is crawling on this embroidery and design, there are bumps. So the ant thinks to himself or itself that I'm crawling, why is there this bump? Why is the color changing? Why is everything so weird? But the one who weaved, the one who designed the rug, when he's looking at it from a distance, he sees the beautiful patterns, he sees the design, he sees the appeal, which the ant can't see because it's tunnel visioned. And that's why in our lives, whenever something may not seem to be going well, personally, if it doesn't go well, or globally, things seem to be at a low point, we should work, we should make dua, we should be putting all our resources to making a change, but never for a moment should we complain about Allah and say, Ya Allah, why are you doing this? We can be curious and say, Ya Allah, please, whatever wisdom there is, enlighten me. But never complain, because like that ant, we can't see what is beyond us, but Allah is seeing above us. So let's always remember Allah is Hakim, Allah is knowledgeable, and let's trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us insight and appreciation of His hikmah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen.